Okay, so you're fed up with quantity surveying, you've had enough, you want out. And you're looking for some alternative careers where you won't have to start right from scratch, right from the bottom. I got you in this video. I'm going to go through 5 alternative careers where you don't have to start right from the beginning. So, if anyone is wondering why you would be fed up with quantity surveying in the first place, I'm going to go through a few reasons why. Before we get into the careers, I'm going to go into a few reasons why some people may be fed up. First of all, to be honest, it's not for everybody. If you're introverted, especially, it can be a bit difficult because it involves speaking to people a lot of the time. There's endless negotiations, team meetings, stakeholder management, talking to clients, etc. Sometimes you can get fed up with the numbers and just want to do some, actual work on site, for example. Yeah, so that's just a few reasons why you might want to leave the trade. I don't know. You might be fed up with Excel spreadsheets. Scrolling through tedious Excel spreadsheets, looking at numbers all day. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into the 5 alternative careers. So in at number 1, I would say project management. I think it's the most natural transition because, and it's probably one that QS is overlooked the most, because you're already managing the costs, deadline and contracts. So the jump from managing just the commercial side to the whole project is not as big as it seems. Some of the positives, you get to see the big picture of the project, not just the commercial side. There's a bit of a variety of work. You've got lots of different things going on. Again, you're not just looking at the money side. You will develop strong leadership skills, and there's a good career path to program management and operations director. Some of the negatives, it can be, obviously, will be a lot more stressful because you're dealing with the whole project. You're not just looking after the budget or the program. There's still a lot of stakeholder management involved. So if you hate, dealing with people, for example, then it might not solve that. But if you do like people and you secretly wanted more control, then if you wait till I get to option 4, that one might suit you a lot better. Okay, so option 2 now, contract management and commercial management on the client side, so for client organizations. So if you're good at detail and you like negotiations, but you're just tired of chasing subcontractors, for example, or firefighting on site, you're just done with doing that kind of work, then this might be your lane. The positives of working as a contract manager or commercial manager on the client side is a much better work-life balance. It's often more strategic. There's higher stability and less chaos on site to deal with. The pay can be great, especially in sectors like data center, energy and defense, for example. Some of the cons of working on that side of things, it can be a lot more bureaucratic because you'll be dealing with sometimes massive client organizations. There'll be more governance and that kind of thing, and less sort of hands-on problem solving. So that's that. If you're drawn to strategy and policy, option 5 will take this one step further, so stick around. Next, we've got planning and project controls. So this one's for the analytical QS, someone who enjoys numbers, patterns and structure. The positives of moving into this side of work is you will still use cost data, but now you're more trying to predict outcomes. You're building programs, you're analyzing progress, you're advising on risk. As we all know, with planning and project controls, there is a high demand for planners, especially So there will be good career stability. The pay ceiling keeps on rising because there's such a high demand for planners, and they're quickly becoming the data scientists of the construction industry. Some of the negatives of planning / project controls is you will have to learn new tools. So especially going down the planning side, you will need to learn Primavera P6, Power BI, and those kind of tools. There's less interaction with the client and more behind the scenes work. So this is great if maybe you're a little bit more introverted and you just want to be in the background, just getting on with your work and not necessarily having to, engage or speak with stakeholders as much as a quantity surveyor would have to. If you like tech and data, option 5 will probably be right up your street. Option 5 is where quantity surveying meets AI. So now on to option 4, business development. So we're looking at bids and pre-construction work, basically work winning side of things. So here, this is for the QSs who are naturally persuasive and like to connect with people, like to connect the dots between people, projects, and profit. The positives of this role: you use your QS knowledge to win work rather than deliver it. So again, like I said, it's the pre-construction side. So you're out there trying to win work for the company. It's a highly valued skill set, of course. You need commercial insight plus communication, and it's a great route to senior management or director level roles. Some of the negatives of this work is there is often a lot of pressure to hit targets. You live in PowerPoint and Excel, presenting proposals and things of that sort. So yeah, if that's for you, you can take a look at that. So if you are creative and want freedom to build your own brand or consultancy now, then the next option is where things get more interesting. So option 5 is tech, data, and AI in construction. So now this is the future, of course, as we all know, is where things are heading at the moment. So here you're using your QS brain, that already understands data, patterns, logic, and the way that projects work in relation to the cost and the contract. And you're basically trying to bridge the gap between cost management and digital innovation. So you could move into construction data analytics, digital twin coordination, AI tool development for cost and contracts, those sort of roles, and consulting roles in tech-driven project management firms, for example. For example, I know that TNT, Turner & Townsend, are developing their own sort of cost management tool that will be integrating softwares and maybe AI, for example. So the positives of this role is you'll be part of a new wave, a new movement that's transforming, bringing AI into construction and into quantity surveying. Obviously, this means that there is a higher earning potential. There will be global opportunities, and it's perfect if you want to combine your quantity surveying knowledge with the technology industry. Some of the negatives of going into this side of things is it will require upskilling. It will be good to develop knowledge in Power BI, Python potentially, and even learn AI prompt engineering. So you'll probably be outside of your comfort zone at first, but as we all know, when you're outside your comfort zone, that's where growth happens. So in closing, if you're feeling stuck, frustrated, or just disconnected from your QS role, I hope this video gave you some hope and clarity on what other options there are out there, and that you don't have to start over from the beginning. You maybe just have to make a small or maybe a large pivot. The skills you've built as a QS, commercial awareness, negotiation, data literacy, are incredibly valuable outside of the traditional path. I've got a video here that will be popping up here on the left or the right that goes through different AI tools or new AI tools that are coming in the construction industry. So maybe worth having a look if you're going to go down that route. Yeah, and I've got another video, should be on the left as well, that's just about how to look for jobs, alternative ways to look for jobs by upgrading your CV and your LinkedIn profile and approaching employers directly. So maybe worth taking a look at that as well to give you a best chance to pivot into a different role. Yeah, so if you enjoy this content and you like to see more stuff like this, please hit the like button, hit subscribe and share, and I'll speak to you guys soon. All right, bye.